Hello everyone, today we're going to be ranking every single piece of equipment inside Sssnaker, and I do want to say this is just all based by my opinion. There is no help from the community. This is just what I find is best and worst inside the game from my time of playing it. And make sure you stick around the end because we're going to be getting a teeny tiny little tip for you, which is going to make a huge difference for you advancing inside Sssnaker. In last place for the crowns, I am throwing Heroic Crown because of the range damage reduction. We don't really get hit a lot of times by range, so that's why that's going there. In third place, I'm going to be throwing Bone, and in second place, I'm putting Broad, and the reason behind that is the Broad is going to give an increased chance of those healing orbs, which really is a big thing we need inside the game. You find yourself constantly needing a little bit extra health, and this is really going to help out with it. And of course, in first place, we're going to be throwing the S grade gear. For armors, I'm throwing Swift in last because it's going to take 100 kills on those enemies in order to get this activated. And in third place, I'm throwing Natural behind Tenacious because when it comes down to it, leveling up and getting 2% HP really is going to be a big help inside this game. And once again, S grade's going in first place. For the tails, I'm throwing Greedy in last and putting Courage at third. Even though I don't really get damaged by the traps a lot, that plus 30% damage reduction is a pretty big number to see. The Night Tail's going to go in at second place, and the 2 seconds doesn't really sound like a lot, but when you die and you're being swarmed by enemies, this is a great way to make sure you're getting out alive. And at the top, Berserk all the way. Moving on to the attack side, I'm throwing the Hackley Tooth in fourth, and the reason behind it is because of that circle damage. The circle is something that I only tend to use really late game because it's much too risky to try to go and use it, and I end up taking damage. In third, I'm putting the Sharp Tooth in second. I really like the Crystal Tooth because of that plus 1%. It really does add up by the time you get towards the end of your run, and it's a consistent attack increase. There's nothing better than the Berserk Tooth, especially when you go to that final boss and you see that huge number on the screen. For the cannons, I'm throwing Firm in last because when it comes down to it, number one, you're having a hard time getting to the bosses and elites, and if you can't beat the elite without this thing, that 10% really isn't going to make a huge difference for you. At third, we're going to throw the Brave, and at second, we're putting the Deft. Most of your damage taken inside this game is going to be from melee attacks when you get swarmed and they're just all on top of you. And of course, you know it, S grade sitting in first. Lastly, for the hearts, we're going to throw the Magic one there last because that 20% special attack is only going to apply when you're at full hit points, and it's very easy to just take one hit and you lose that benefit. For third, we're going to go Flaming, and at second, we're going to go Faith. That crit is a huge thing inside the game. It actually hits a lot more than you think, and it does put up decent numbers. And number one, we're obviously, once again, S grade. Now, I know I didn't go through a detailed explanation and everything on this, so if there is any questions, post it down in the comments. But that big tip I was talking about at the beginning of the video, when you finally get your hands on an epic Greedy Tail, hang on to this thing. You're going to want to pop this thing on every single time you go into the gold mine. Yes, it really does pay off. It is huge numbers you get in there, and this is a quick, easy way just to slap it on, make your runs, and then take it off. If you want to know more of how all this S grade equipment actually works, check out this video right up over here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.